Yeah, I'll always be a metalhead. Nothing can take that away from me.
Right.
I mean, not jail, not people, not religion, not anything. I'll always be a metalhead, 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 all my life.
You're listening to the Great Metal Debate Podcast.
Welcome back, Metalheads, to a new episode of the Great Metal Debate Podcast. It's Xander once again, back with the third album by California-based blackened heavy metal band, Nite. Gosh, has it really been 5 years since the debut? Time sure does fly, doesn't it? Especially since it feels like we've lost years of our lives thanks to COVID. Anyway, these incredible artists are about to unleash their highly anticipated album titled Cult of the Serpent Sun. I, of course, still own the long-sleeve shirt and wall tapestry for Darkness, Silence, Mirror, Flame, and during the next Bandcamp Friday, I plan on a massive haul for this band. As I was going through my CD collection a couple weeks ago, I realized that I only have the CD for Voices of the Cronian Moon, so I need to get the debut CD and pre-order the new CD to complete their discography. Hopefully one day when I finally see them live, I can get this whole band to autograph the booklets. Since I have the press release copy for this new album, I'm not going to brag about the 3 singles that were already dropped on YouTube and other streaming services. I've already sung my praises for those. Instead, I'm going to hype up 3 unreleased tracks. What I appreciate so much about this band's unique style is their ability to make it sound like they stepped out of a time machine from 1984. This much is made very clear in all of their music, but there's just something about The Last Blade that gives off that hair metal vibe, but with a black twist. All of their guitar riffs have that very nostalgic tuning and borders heavily on classic rock. Of course, if it weren't for Van's echoing, raspy vocals, I would have never paid this band any attention at all. To me, they would have been another band that I just end up ignoring, like the Helicopters. It truly makes me wonder who Scott and Van's influences were, but that's always the most generic question to ask in any band interview. My favorite new song, which is easily the grooviest song on this new record, is Carry On. I love the way it kicks off with those open power chords before leading right into a rhythmic earworm. The whole track is just a lot of fun to listen to. Lastly, we have the closer, which is Winds of Sokar. Its main melody is another one that might just get stuck in your head, but it also feels like a callback to the previous 2 albums. Almost like a hybrid of Genesis from the debut and Cronian Moon from the previous record. I'm sure these aren't direct comparisons or anything, but it certainly reminded me of those older songs. I'll say that this album is pretty much equal to their first 2 efforts. I don't want to give them as much praise this time around due to me already gushing about them in previous years. These guys are beginning to rise in popularity, and I have a strong feeling that they will start playing massive gigs like Blackened next year. While my statement isn't confirmed, it's just my prediction. That being said, I'll give this one a high score, mainly because it's a perfect match to their previous 2 records. Altogether, this makes a nearly flawless trilogy. It's still early on in the year, and I already gave a 10 out of 10 to Clouds last month. It's an absolute certainty that new bands will emerge from the Earth's crust in the coming months. So for now, I'll give these guys an 8 out of 10. Chances are high that I'll have this one on constant rotation over the next 10 months, especially when it comes out. My score is always subject to change. I listen to albums all the way through, and the main reason why I procrastinate these press releases so much is because it's always a pain in the ass to keep opening individual MP3 tracks on a Google Drive. I guess that's just me being lazy, or it's just me attempting to listen to these while I'm at work. Definitely show these guys some love. Go buy their merch because they have a shitload on their Bandcamp. And if you happen to live closer to California, you can probably catch them at a venue somewhere. While they're currently not part of a massive tour, I know this band is always posting pictures on their Facebook of them playing their most recent gig. Nite, Cult of the Serpent Sun, will be released this Friday, March 14th through Season of Mist Records. Mark your calendars. Whether you decide to check this band out or not is entirely up to you. But whatever you do, never stray from the path of metal.